Freax. Oh, why'd you go and say that? Freax. The website was a mistake, yeah. Freax.
And because Farfa's here.
Hey Nadir, just wanted to let you know you're a little dicked bastard. And you can suck my regular-sized dick.
All right. We got some bangers here today. A lot of freaks online. A lot of freaks online. I don't know where I have to start with here. Okay, here we go. This. 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 Okay, I can't do that one because it has a slur. This, and this. Okay. We're beginning with this. So, will Kamala Harris step down from the nomination? Now, I don't want to make any predictions, but I don't see her coming back from this scandal, to be completely honest with you. Lock her up. She is an extremely malevolent individual. She has everyone's worst interests at heart, and you can tell because of this story. Let's check this out. New. Kamala Harris is missing, quote, summer job, end quote, at McDonald's job. Her resume and job application a year after graduating college, Free Beacon obtained through Freedom of Information Act, don't mention it. Neither do either of her books or the biographies on her. I mean, I don't say this often, but like, will she be hanged for treason? Who can say? Like, this is probably the worst thing a president has ever done. I do like the people, the comments are like, don't you know you don't put like food service on a resume for like government work? What are you talking about? But they're like, why wouldn't she? It's where she worked. It's like, I don't know, man. I fucking, oh man. Anyway, between this and the and hashtag Scoutgate, I look forward to the Harris Walls ticket forfeiting the election to Donald Trump, and honestly, could not go to a better person. Check out a wonderful clip from this weekend.
She destroyed the city of San Francisco. And I own a big building there. I shouldn't talk about this, but that's okay. I don't give a damn because this is what I'm doing. I should say it's the finest city in the world. Sell and get the hell out of there, right? But I can't do that. I don't care, you know. I lost billions of dollars. You know, somebody said, what do you think you lost? I said, probably 2-3 billion. That's okay, I don't care. They said, do you think you'd do it again? And that's the least of it. Nobody. They always say that, I don't know if you know, Lincoln was horribly treated. Jefferson was pretty horribly. Andrew Jackson, they say, was the worst of all, that he was treated worse than any other president. And I said, do that study again, because I think there's nobody close to Trump. I even got shot. And who the hell knows where that came from, right? No.
What the fuck is he talking about? He's so good, dude. He's so good. He just gets up there and he talks and he interrupts himself. He's like, and she's destroyed San Francisco. And the first, well, honestly, and also while it's incredible. He can't get to the end of his own sentence. I love it. And then like when the cut goes out and it reveals that there's a huge ass ad for Angel Paste Miracle Cream, it's just, oh, it's the icing on the cake, baby. God, he's so good, dude. He's incredible. Oh. It sounds like I'm skipping through dialogue in an RPG. I'm never mashing A again. But the big Trump story this weekend was this. So, did y'all hear about this Arlington thing? This is like it's like a plan that like Ed, and Eddie would come up with. So the concept is they got permission from a family whose relative was buried in Arlington National Cemetery to participate in some sort of like tribute or wreath laying thing with the family, right? So they show up there with a bunch of camera crews to film a cut for TikTok. And one of the people working is like, hey, just so you know, it's a crime to film a fucking commercial at Arlington because you can't guarantee that everyone here has signed a release form. You know, like there's a respect for the dead ordinance, shit like that. And the person that this worker said this to got like super pissed off. Like they got really mad and they started like shoving her and like getting in her face and gotten like some sort of physical altercation, right? And so then later that day, as the story breaks, they send JD Vance out, who is listen. You all know he's a friend of the show. I feel kind of bad for him here because clearly he was the fall guy for this. They sent him out and they were like, you got to get out in front of this. And he's like, it's not like he was filming a commercial at Arlington. And then it cuts to the commercial they filmed for TikTok at Arlington. And in the commercial, they say that basically the point of this political stunt was they were going to go there and lay a wreath and then blast the Harris campaign saying they were also asked to come and declined. But they weren't asked to come. There was no event there. They made the whole thing up. And so then like a spokesperson for the army had to come out and be like, there wasn't like a thing there that day. We didn't invite anyone. Like the whole thing was just, it was so good. It was like, it's such a good plan. It's make up a memorial holiday, cut a commercial there, lambast the other candidate for not going to your made-up holiday. But while they're there, they can't help but get into a physical altercation with both someone who works at Arlington and the army. And then they're like, I guess fucking Vance has to go clean this up. And he's out there like sweating like a disgusting pig. The guy liner just dripping down his face. And he's just like, man, like it wasn't that bad. I feel terrible for him. I feel so bad for him, man. Oh man, we gotta get off politics for a sec. This one, men will never know this feeling. All right. I don't want to be sexist. I hate to tell women this. This is the natural state of men. What you are posting, right? I don't think I have ever hung out with men in a different orientation than this one. Maybe the bed doesn't get dragged out every time, but sometimes it does. When I'm with Danny, it does. You know what I'm saying? But like, I would say probably 19 people huddled around a TV, half of whom are on their phones. That's like classic male behavior. And like the worst, most awful pizza in the background. Let's go, baby. Where are my Domino's dinosaurs? This is literally what I'm doing right now. It's, I don't know. Women are learning about watching football. I think so. Pan pizza clears. If you're gonna eat Domino's, the pan pizza is the best thing you should get there, but don't eat Domino's. Yeah, no, it's very strange. I don't know if they've never met any men or what, but this is like the natural male state. It was a very weird one. Doug quote tweeted this, and I'm sure deleted later, and said it was something to the degree of, this is every YCS hotel room I've ever been a part of, and you know. I do like the board. What's the surfboard doing just chilling there in the background? Ugh. Okay, we got to talk about this. You know this one's a banger because it has one like. I'm the first person to do this. Okay. So this comes from the Oklahoman. School districts across the state received packages Wednesday that claimed to be from the Oklahoma State Department of Education. So, if you all are unfamiliar with Oklahoma, it's a decrepit, immoral state sandwiched between the promised land of Texas and the second promised land of Kansas. You know what? For any Europeans, let me just show you Oklahoma. This is like the picture that's on all the brochures. This is what it looks like on a map. Like, it's clearly an afterthought. You know, it's not supposed to be there. And this is what like 90% of it looks like. I had family in Oklahoma for a long time. A lot of this. Anyway, one funny thing about Oklahoma is it is run by like the largest conglomerate of like criminals and ne'er-do-wells this side of, I would say, Mississippi, probably. Currently, there's the guy who is in charge of their public education system he's a real character. He like cuts ads that he'll upload on like a YouTube page called like Based Students for, his name. I don't remember what it is. And the public school is down to 4 days a week so they can skimp on electricity. It's so fucking funny. So one of the things that Oklahoma recently passed was an ordinance that requires, as I think part of history class, teaching of the Bible, right? It's another one of these like culture war things. The Bible as a historical artifact is really interesting. It's really cool, but they don't want it taught like that. They want it to be like, and this is what happened, So some genius, some absolute genius did this. They sent a bunch of school districts in the area a package claiming to be from the State Department of Education that was 80 pages of biblical lore that was necessary to teach students, called a supplementary supervisory document, right? Except it wasn't. It was completely fake, and it was sent out by just a prankster. Now, what was in this document? Well, it was a book called The Book of Aaron, a lost book of the Pentateuch by Julian of the Janes, claimed to be unearthed in Syria in 2008 and translated by Syncretic Pedagogical Services, LLC, copyrighted by the Beast of the Sea, also known as the Antichrist, from the biblical book of Revelation. Imagine I'm just a first grade teacher and I'm like, hey, did you see what we got in the mail today? What? It's like, yeah, it comes from the DOE. The Antichrist wrote a book. He wrote a fucking apocrypha, and now we have to teach it? The book contains an account of the biblical Moses and his brother Aaron. In the translators afterward, the author says, "Submit now, Aaronites, for I am the Antichrist. And thine own scripture compels you to grant unto me 3.5 years of power and authority over thee." I think a reference to the governorship. And then it talks about, it says, it condemns readers for ignoring the greenhouse effect, the cognitive mutilation imposed by technology and industry upon the child mind, and the Oedipal pageantry of the unfettered economy. Whoever wrote this, I mean, they are spot fucking on, baby. I'm so in. No one, I love this. No one could find any information about Syncretic Pedagogical Services. In the letter, the LLC is described as a privately funded think tank of religious scholarship, genius, smart. It's so funny. And there's a cover letter attached to it that purports to be from Ryan Walters, who's a state superintendent, but literally is not. Literally just like isn't. They're just lying. Whoever did this, thank you so much. We need more fun things to happen. If the Antichrist is around and wants to take responsibility for this, you know what? A fat W to the Antichrist. Goat, yeah, goat is correct. Black goat, etc. But it's so nice. It's so good. Oh man. Oh my God. Next up. Okay, let's watch this. This is the state of TikTok right now. It's real good.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Next up. Okay. When the mom guilt sets in because you're going to Disney without the kids. But then you remember why you booked a trip without the kids. This is your sign to take the trip, mamas. Oh, man. I love it. It's so good. Oh man. Have you all noticed, by the way, I don't know if Jillian and I, we don't watch much TV. We watch exclusively Jeopardy. But because Jeopardy has now gone from Pluto, which is where it was, we now have to record it using the YouTube TV function. Why am I walking you through all the streaming services I'm subscribed to? Well, because the current situation is that I get to see the commercials that are paid for on prime time, which I haven't in literally years, right? So, I didn't realize that Disney World and Universal Studios are now making commercials whose, I guess I would say, like, explicit theming is for, like, millennials who have a child and hate them. It's crazy. Like, both of these places are now advertising specifically to, like, the demo of people who have a wall in their house that's all just Funko Pops, floor to ceiling. Like all the commercials are like, don't you deserve a break? Surrounded by your favorite characters to make memories that will last a lifetime with the one you love. And it's like their spouse, you know, no kids anywhere in it. And they show them drinking, and then they show them like hugging Goofy. And I'm like, at what point do you get embarrassed about this? Come on. Like, I play Yu-Gi-Oh for a living. All right. You know, I understand that the bar is pretty low when it comes to ending the life of man-childery. But at what point do you go, no, this is a theme park for children? I think they literally have just completely changed the demo for these parks to be, no, it's got to be millennial dinks. Like, those are the people we got to go for. And it's very strange. Next up. Oh my God, a Quimby. We'll do the Quimby after this for sure. They really put me on 7-year-old Twitter. Chicken nuggets, pizza, and broccoli. Boom, 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 boom! With the rollie on. Jag portfolio. I do like that every meme is the same meme, by the way. Good thing, bad thing. You know, it would be so easy to be like, take any HR meme, and the first half is LeBron, and the second half is this guy. It's great. Eating pizza for dinner, gaming with friends past midnight, homework. I saw that one as well. I do appreciate it. I did see someone go, can we do the King Ghidorah? Or we're just doing the King Ghidorah meme again. And then someone said King Ghidorah meme, and it was a King Ghidorah meme, and they were like King Ghidorah meme, and it was LeBron, and they were like LeBron meme, and it was the guy who's not LeBron. It was good. They've become more incomprehensible. I like that. That's an upside to me. Let's talk about Gage. This comes from Abyss. Cloning myself would be so cool, because then I could just play Yu-Gi-Oh! Against myself with decks at full capacity, so I could throw every list I have into a tournament bracket and see which of my decks is arguably my best one. That, and I could make out with myself, I guess. Gage goes, I give myself the sloppiest toppy known to mankind. They would have to issue a hurricane advisory for the devastation that would happen from my mouth. Thanks, man. Good to hear. Oh, man. You know, sometimes I wonder, I'm like, would Gage still be posting like this if we weren't friends? And for a lot of these people, I think the answer is no. But for Gage specifically, I think he would be. I think he would be. I think he's got it in him. He's got that dog in him. Next up. These are so good. Just some outfits inspired by nothing in particular. Good, good, fantastic. And then, of course, this one as well. I love. Oh man, it did a really good job, I gotta say. Beat it, chick. Oh man, I'm hoping that someone does the reverse bimbofication where they throw up when they see a book. I don't know how no one's tried that yet. I may try it. Next up. This one is so true.
Mr. President, you destroyed the economy.
The signal has skibidi riz.
What?
Hawk twat. Ohio guy. Yeah.
Small-town patriots are rejecting your woke communism. We have to do something.
Bro is goon maxing.
I'm not goon-maxing. I'm saying you're destroying our once great nation.
I'm the skibidi sigma.
I don't care if you're the skibbity sigma. Can you stop your disastrous policies, or do you have
Sigma riz.
Brainrot? Hello, CNN. I have bad news about your president. What's that? No, it's not. Fake news. And they hung up.
Brainrot Biden, indeed. Cannot wait to post this comedy skit. Hello?
It's me, Elon Musk. Great video. I'm gonna send you $1 billion.
Let me guess. Dollars in fiat currency.
No, beast coin.
Hooray!
Bro is goon
Good
max.
stuff. He actually has the Elon Musk voice down perfectly. God, Tony's the greatest to ever do it. Next up. Me and my bitch wife after the dual lobotomy. So, before we watch this one, do you all recognize this individual? Do you know where he's from? This is the progenitor of baby Gronk rizzed up Livy Dunn.
Going Brainrot for Brainrot?
Until someone messes up. Skibbity toilet.
We could go Riz for Riz. Nah, we could go Gat for Gat.
Baby Gronk, rizzed up Livy Dunn in Ohio.
What the Sigma?
We're Costco guys.
Just put the bag in the fries, bro.
Silky, you're doing too much.
You kind of cough like an iPad kid.
I'm gonna phantom tax Duke Dennis.
I just mogged John Pork in Ohio.
Why are you glazing, bro?
1, 2, buckle my shoe.
Skibbity toilet.
You already said that.
No.
Yes, sir. Going Brain.
Oh. Not good, man. Not good. Is that his mom also? Is he doing this with his mom? Okay. Next up. Guys, this is so fucked up. Protesters at McGill University ripped up the new grass lawn in the name of Palestine. So, you all know that I stand for Palestinian self-determination. But can I square that with my pro-lawn politics? I don't know. I don't know, chat. As you can see, the school had to regrass the lawn after the encampment from last semester destroyed it, and now the students are directly disrespecting the groundskeepers. Like, listen, I'm all for peaceful protest, but once you start disrespecting the groundskeepers, I don't know. I mean, that's got to be 50 years in prison minimum, right? Oh my God, not the groundskeepers. Is Willie coming? Fuck. Oh, President Obama, I speak for everyone when I say drone strike these outside agitators. Single issue lawn voter. Yeah, lawn over everything. Next up. Okay, now I know that we talk shit on Disney adults, but next we're going to talk shit on the first group of people I think outpace the annoyance of Disney adults, and that is Harry Potter adults. So every year they do a stupid fucking Hogwarts train announcement on September 1st, but this year they said they weren't going to do it. It's been like 1,000 years since the books came out. But British people can't read in general. Most of them are still feudal farmers. They don't understand that feudalism doesn't exist anymore. They're like trying to look for their baron 8 or 9 hours a day. And so they showed up here anyway in between tilling the fields. They're booing it? I like they start for saying they're like, wait a minute, am I the dumbest motherfucker on the planet? Yes. And then they're like, boo. Where is it? You gotta read. I'm sorry. Next up. New footage from James Gunn's Superman has surfaced. This appears to be Superman using a special new power. What could this mean? I see. I'm personally pretty confused. Pause there. Next up. All right. Folks, we love Beanie Tuesday. Don't we love Beanie Tuesday? New Beanie Tuesday. It's about malevolent foods. First one is about candy milk. Learning this existed made me want to die. Second is about dippers. I didn't realize that there was such a collection of foods called dippers. If I were to say to you, I would like to eat a dipper, what would that mean to you? Nothing, right? It's an adjective that describes an action, you know? It's not the name of a foodstuff. So you've got what appear to be chicken nuggets. You've got cheese dippers, which I used to know as cheese sticks. Celery dippers, which appears to just be celery. Lunchables s'mores dippers, which appears to be, I mean, what? It's Lunchable, so you got to imagine the dipper is made out of lead. A pizza that has been cut the wrong way to form dipping sticks, and then what the fuck is this? What is this item? $3 at your local Subway. A foot long. What is this? Is it a tortilla that's been rolled up with cheese in it? That's disgusting, man. We used to make these at my house. It was a delicacy my brother would make back when we were like too young to really cook, but he would make it, and he learned it from a friend, and the name of this thing was not dipper, it was struggle stick. Did any of you eat struggle sticks going up? And like this, now they're selling them. You invented dippers? Oh, maybe we should sue. Maybe we should sue. That's just a taquito. This is not the process of making a taquito. A taquito is not made by fucking rolling pepperoni into a pinwheel. This is... How do you know? Because I am taquitos' strongest soldier. I eat the fuck out of those frozen taquitos. I don't anymore, but I used to. And occasionally, sometimes I'll see them in Walmart and I'll go, I need 48 of these. This is just a healthy gas station tornado. No! The gas station tornadoes are different too. This is one of the very few things. Subway is the master of this type of food, by the way. It's one of the very few things you can buy in a store, and I just see it in like a fast food restaurant. I go, I think I literally could make that at home in like 10 minutes. Like you go to McDonald's, you know, despite how you feel about it, you're not going to make a fucking Filet-O-Fish at your house. But this, I'm like, oh, if I was this desperate, I would just eat it at my house. God, I don't know how Subway's still in business, man. It's the most represented restaurant in the United States. Can you believe that? Oh my God. It's because of weirdness about their franchising rules. It's not because they're edible. Really? Yeah, franchising a Subway has a lower buy-in than any other restaurant by a significant amount. And for that reason, people who want to own a restaurant franchises Subway like constantly. And that's why there's a billion of them. I think second place is Dunkin, which is unfortunate because Dunkin is a wonderful establishment. I'll go to bat for Dunkin anywhere. And Dunkin, they open them everywhere. I've seen Dunkins in what it can only be described as closets. There was a Dunkin in the airport. Where did I go recently? I went to KCI and BWI. It can't have been in BWI. But it might have been in BWI. It was BWI or KCI or O'Hare. One of those three. There is a Dunkin that is in a room as large as the one I am currently in. It is enough space to walk in and place an order with someone behind a desk. And the cooking is done using the stove from the neighboring eatery. And they will just walk over via a door that connects them to the neighboring eatery and bring you back the food from there. It literally, it's like, it's a Dunkin' that like fits 2 people side to side. It's BWI. I know exactly where it is. Good. Yeah, no. I got to go back there and take a picture of it because it was just appalling. And they have the donuts set up in the back, but because a person occupies half, like you could only fit 2 people shoulder to shoulder, it's like 2 different types of donuts total. And it's like 2, 2, 2. And they have 6 total types of donuts crammed in a space the size of the Linkaribo. And then there's a person in front of them like me, and they're like, which of these donuts do you want? If you want anything hot, I got to go next door. It's hilarious. You know what? Let's see if we can find it right now. BWI Dunkin' Donuts. We were in what? The D Gates images. No, it's none of these. It's none of these. I'm looking for a tiny ass Dunkin' Donut. Southwest Gates BWI. It's what? The D Gates? Oh, here we go. I'm going to figure it out right now. Oh, this doesn't help at all. Okay, I can actually look up using Google Wallet what gate my previous flight was out of. This is so important to me. Okay, that was the one there. Damn. I didn't put it on here. It's before the gates. Are you sure? Okay, what if I just do this? Tiny Dunkin' Donuts BWI. Reddit. I have to see it, man. I'm going to go crazy. This is a classic, though. Look at that one. Beautiful. That's all the space you need, baby. Purchase a flight for this? I might. No, I won't. We were pretty close with the... Hold up. Dunkin' Donuts BWI. Terminal D. I think this is it. We'll have to figure it out some other day. Someone in the comments maybe will be able to tell me. All right, just a couple more. Sorry, why isn't every person talking about the fact these astronauts that are stuck in the space station are now hearing this mysterious heartbeat and no one knows what it is?
A question about Starliner.
Houston's with you, Butch. Go ahead.
There's a strange noise coming through the speaker, and I didn't know if you could connect into the Starliner and let me keep mic and let you hear it. I don't know what's making it, but I don't know if it's something that maybe is connected between here and there, making that happen. But anyway, can you do that?
We can configure that, Butch. Give us a minute, and I'll call you back when it's ready.
Okay.
Station Houston on 2. We're configured for audio via hardline and CST. If you want to give us a call.
Okay, I'm in Starliner, and how do you read?
5x5. How many?
Okay, I'm gonna keep the mic up next to the speaker.
Copy.
Hear that?
At negative, Butch. We did not hear anything. All right, Butch, that one came through. It was kind of like a pulsing noise, almost like a sonar ping.
Oh, I don't like
I'll
that.
do it one more time, and I'll let y'all scratch your heads and see if you can figure out what's going on. Here we go. right, over to you. Tell us if you figure it out.
Yep, good recording. Thanks, Butch. We will pass it on to the team and let you know.
A question about
What the fuck? They're gonna die. They're so gonna die. This entire story is crazy to me. Isn't this like a couple of like insanely rich people purchased tickets to the ISS through like a program that some business set up that let you do it, and then they couldn't get them back down? Isn't it Boeing? Am I crazy? It's Boeing again. Yeah. They're currently stuck in the ISS. And they've been stuck for like 90 days. And imagine like on day 90 just hearing doom, 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 doom. I don't like it. They won't be back till February at the earliest. What? Says who? What the fuck? Oh no. They were supposed to be there for 8 days? SpaceX is getting them? Why is Boeing not getting them? What the fuck? Why are we not trying to get these people back? Oh my god. That is horrifying. Boeing can't. They gave up. A 3-hour tour. Oh no. That's wow. NASA doesn't believe the Starliner is safe enough. Well, but there's no way. There's no way that do they have enough food up there? They're gonna be there for months. Yeah. What are they doing up there? Are they just chilling with the ISS astronauts? Yeah, essentially. That's amazing. Why is Boeing allowed to do I don't know. Every new Boeing thing, I'm like, and they still get to keep being a company. That's crazy. Really? You know, knock on wood, we will just have the United States aviation service within the next 5 years made out of the bones of Boeing. But I kind of doubt it. I think we might be bailing them out. We have a couple more here. This comes from one of those fucking Nazi accounts. Unconquered soul, milk and incense for the thunderer on his day. The quote tweet, making a milk sacrifice. The response, sacrifice among the ancients formed the chief part of every religious act. According to the... Don't forget the cookies. Oh... Oh no, come on. I can't imagine being like, I am an unconquered man. Let me go to the store and buy some 2% to put in front of a little guy. Come on. I found the Dunkin at BWI. Let's fucking go, baby. No, this isn't it. This isn't the one I'm thinking of. No, it might not be the one at BWI. It might not be the one at BWI. The one I'm thinking of is legitimately in a closet. It might inversely be at MCI. Wow, look at these reviews, by the way. 1.6, let's go. Let's go like, MCI Dunkin' Donuts. No, it's not any of these. Literally was in a closet. I'll figure it out. And then finally, this comes from @QTheStorm. If you're not familiar, I guess this is QAnon. It probably isn't. But you know, they name themselves it, and 250,000 people follow them. So I'll follow them too. You know, maybe I actually won't follow them. And here's what we got. In less than 48 hours, the United States government is shutting down for good. Is that true? Wait, is that real? Wow. We did it. You know, I constantly lambast anarchists for not being able to get anything done, but congratulations. This is a huge W. I guess what's your job going to be on the post-democracy commune chat? I think I am going to be the inspirer. And the cocksucker. All right, that does it for Freax. That's it for Freax. Let me see if I can... I don't think there's anything really worth talking about. Oh, do you guys want to talk about the ban list a little bit? Let's do Yu-Gi-Oh portion of Freax. Rebecca, I'm sorry if you already cut it here. So this past weekend was the ban list. And it was really frustrating. It was horrifying. Basically what happened was Farfa went live every day from like 11:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. to 6,000 people. It was he went crazy. And all they did was just like sit around and get more neurotic together. And eventually what happened was, in response to every tweet that Konami would post that didn't include the ban list, one guy would post an AI art picture of a horse throwing up. Now, horses can't actually throw up, it turns out, but it doesn't matter. It was disgusting. And so some poor Konami intern who's running the socials is scrolling through all these horses. By the end of day one, people had drawn Tatsunoto Shigo throwing up. There was Melfi Pony throwing up. Unicorn throwing up. Sleipnir throwing up with Hugin in the background. People had run it into the ground already. But it kept happening. So Konami went live with the Zayn Malik Nocturne event a couple days later for Master Duel, in which like they were unveiling that like Zayn played Yu-Gi-Oh at one point. And in so doing, they were getting in the chat just constant horse vomit emojis. And so Billy Brake had to be like, guys, we're releasing it Saturday, the literal last day that they could have possibly released it. And so the hours were coming and going, and finally at 2 p.m. they released it. I posted Keep Edging Kitten because they didn't post it at 1 p.m. when we thought they would. And the list, I mean, I don't know. I guess I'll pull it up. Maybe we'll watch some reactions to the list. Later today, I definitely do want to watch Ruxin's. I think that Jesse's is really good. But the short of it is, like, there's a lot in here to be excited about. Appaloosa ban, King Calamity ban, Beatrice ban, all good. Lacrima ban shatters precedent. This is the fastest a card has ever been banned. 41 days total. And it really does take some of the teeth out of Fiendsmith. Then we've got Ash Limit, Poplar Limit, and some other hits as well. But unfortunately, I don't think it's enough. I've played a little Snake Eye since, and I will tell you, Snake Eye is still an incredibly powerful deck, if not the best deck. I think the only deck that's really in league with it is Yubel, and I don't know. I think the Yubel hit is almost nothing, but it just really feels like Yubel is really, really good if it gets to go first, and dog shit unplayable if it has to go second into an established board. And Snake Eye still occasionally can chew through boards with Engine. So, I don't know. It's kind of strange. It's like, oh, Poplar's a Garnet now because you only have one, so you can't search the second one with your Ash, but normal summon Poplar is also full combo. So, I don't know. And the weirdest part about this is that there's about to be a whole series of cards, the Azamina, that makes Snake Eye even more powerful. So, if nothing else, this is just a 1 month reprieve before it goes back to tier 0. And the 1 month, it still might be the best deck. I don't know. I made a post about this because I took a post-ban list version to locals the day that the list went up. And then I played post-list, but everyone else was on pre-list, and I just waxed everyone. And but my games, again, came down to, frustratingly, the biggest issue I have in this format is I outdrew my opponents and I won important die rolls. There were some die rolls I could afford to lose that I did lose, and there were some die rolls I couldn't afford to lose that I didn't. And like a different series of rolls and a different series of draws would have produced a completely different outcome. And that's just not really what I liked about. That's what I don't like about this format, is that it feels very draw dependent, feels very roll dependent. So I don't know. Additionally, I like that they're willing to take the teeth out of some of the less powerful decks that are still going to be represented in a post-ban list environment that are unfun to play against, including Gimmick Puppet, but they banned cards in such a way that you can still perform an FTK with Gimmick Puppet. Like, I don't know. And so, while I am happy about a lot of this, I think a lot of it is not only unprecedented in terms of what we actually got, and absolutely necessary in terms of the hits to Beatrice and King Calamity and Apollosa, I don't know if it's enough. And that really scares me in a time when, for the first time that I can remember, first time since what? Wind-up format? Attendance is like drastically decreased at events. It seems like the list couldn't have possibly lived up to everyone's expectations. Certainly not. But in failing to accomplish its goal, there's going to be a huge negative outcome here. So, I don't know. I'll probably be playing Snake Eyes anyway. Who gives a fuck, I think the Snake Eye hits were fine. Can't just make a deck unplayable. I think there is a version of the Snake Eye hit that does more than that. Like banning Ash, I think, would leave Snake Eye playable, but not disastrous. But instead they're like, you'll draw Ash 6% less. Like, you still have 3 Diabell Star, still have 3 Wanted. You do still have 3 Bonfire. And if you want to, you could play 3 OSS, and then any normal summon is Ash at the same rate that previously Ash existed. But I don't know. And just like in wind-up format, Hero will win the next YCS and bring everyone back. If only there is a man strong enough to play Hero. Ash on OSS is more significant now, though. But it's not. It's not, though, right? So, like, this is the argument I kept getting into people with, is they were like, well, now, something like... So, previously, the way that Snake Eye worked, you had to draw more single 1-for-1 hand traps than your opponent drew extenders. Snake Eye has 3 extenders. They have Ash, Diabell Star, and Fiendsmith. 4 if you count Bonfire, Search, Poplar, but you should be playing in such a way that probably isn't an extender. So that math didn't change. Like, Valoring an Ash is just as impactful insofar as your opponent will still have to have an extender. But if they have an extender, they beat you. Like, while the strength of the end board did change, and the number of copies of cards like Ash you can play did change, the gameplay loop didn't. You still are playing, did you draw more than me? Fiendsmith is no longer a Snake Eye extender. So that's true. But that's true regardless of like a Lacrima hit. That's true as soon as Beatrice gets banned. But it doesn't mean that Snake Eye can't play through targeted negation. It means that if you have a Fiendsmith card, you have to preemptively go through the Fiendsmith line to play around the negation, if you have a soul read on what it is. Or you can let them target the Snake Eye Ash, then do the Fiendsmith line for bodies, make Princess bring back Ash for full combo. You know, Ash effect to summon from deck. You get... You can do a number of things, but probably Poplar for OSS, for Oak, OSS target Ash, or Poplar target Ash, OSS Oak target Poplar, Oak and Ash for Flame Barf, Fiendsmith and Poplar for Mask, Area Leader and Mask for Bunny, right? Nibiru hurts way more. Sort of, unless they've opened Fiendsmith, in which case, probably in the dark, they're going for King Calamity. Or, if people change their lines, because you now don't need the bodies on field to make Apollosa, because, you know, there's no more Apollosa, you can instead just leave Flamberge up the whole time. And then... never, like if they Nibiru, then you just float. He means Caesar, chat. What did I say? Something else? King Calamity? I meant Caesar. Yeah, but there's a reason nobody ever did that, and it's because you need the free link bodies off of Flamberge. But do you? You need the free link bodies off of Flamberge because Apo is a 4 material monster. And additionally, if you opened Fiendsmith and you were uninterrupted, you didn't have to use the Flamberge. Some people just did. Like, one of the weird things about the Snake Eye extra deck is that there were a lot of scenarios where you could get yourself in a pickle where you just, like, have a bunch of guys on board and nothing to go into because everything in the extra deck is so accounted for. Do you think Pit Knight is going to start showing up in end board since Apo got hit? Arrows are wrong. I'd love Pit Knight to see play. I love Pit Knight. That card's crazy. And again, we're really just talking about an interim format until the next set releases, and we're fucked again anyway. Wolt's amazing. The arrows are great. Have you said something to... Is it opposite day? You've said like 5 wrong things today. Leprin says the next set won't do shit. Snake Eyes is ass. True. The best Link 2-piece after IP is the Rabbit, right? I think so. And I think that's because the Rabbit has such incredible utility against Yubel. Like, Azuroon is so good against the stupid Phantom play. One of Snake Eyes' big weaknesses is it didn't have, like, a way to interact with spell traps, but now you have Rabbit for the first pain and SP for the second. Like, it's really hard for your opponent to push through that. I don't know. Not even baiting, it's 100% true. I have Herman Hansen backing me up. Eat my asshole. If Herman Hansen says a deck is good, that means very little to me. The man played Battle Wasp for months. You know, at some point, you got to step back and look at an individual who is able to perform cold fusion with a box of scraps and say, anything's going to look good. But what if I said it was bad? You respect my opinion, right? Hold up. If Dyer says that it's bad, then I'm changing my whole outlook. If Dyer says it's bad, I change my mind. The deck is actually unplayable. I don't know. I'm excited to see where the Snake Eye discussion develops, because I think Jib today was like, the deck is ass. But I've seen a lot of people say the deck is still really good, so who knows? All I know for sure is that the best deck in the room is Drytron.